Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has finally been revealed en masse, and today, we're gonna go take a look at it. That's right, myself and CGM are gonna dig through everything that we know about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds thus far. From the initial announcement we got yesterday at the time of recording, to a look at special behind-the-scenes gameplay recorded by IGN. We'll even stop by the Sonic Wiki to see what they're cooking up. Anyways, that's enough out of me. Let's get straight into the video.
Let's go. I've seen this trailer before several times now. Marza never misses with their cinematics. Pretty sure this was made in Hedgehog Engine 2 with Hedgehog Engine 2's graphics engine.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Hedgehog Engine 2 because it looks so good. Hey, look, it's the rings from the movies.
What?
I forget what they're called, but they have a name in this game.
Been looking at just about a monster truck. And there it is. We go on free letters.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am.
I feel like the airport level is from well, never mind. It's Meadow Highway.
What? Hey, could you run that by me again?
Sure. Or Meadow Harbor.
That's what I thought you said.
It looked like that one level from Racing Transformed for a second. And then this.
Yeah, this game is looking incredible.
Honestly, for me, from what I've seen, this takes Racing Transformed and amps it up to 11. And I love it.
I love the cinematics.
At first I was like, oh boy, another racing game, and then I looked at the trailer and I was like, wow.
I was a little bit concerned too, considering the fact that last year we got the fan game Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers.
That game.
Yeah, my concern is just like, to me, like that is like the culmination of what a kart racer is. Like, yeah, it's a lot more advanced than your average kart racer, but that's why I think it's just so awesome. So it's like, what on earth can a new Mario Kart or a new Sonic Racing game do that they haven't done before? And this looks like it will stand out from Mario Kart and Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. And Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. I am a kart racing buff kind of guy. I love any awesome kart racer pretty much.
Well, that was definitely an interesting trailer. The hype for Racing CrossWorlds is definitely there. Now, we've defected to the dark side, the PlayStation, a PlayStation blog.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Yeah, we're on the PlayStation blog right now, and we are going to basically talk about this and share our thoughts and opinions. So, starting off here, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds gameplay revealed new mechanics detailed. Interesting to see what they have done that is new, because in the case of Team Sonic Racing, it was more the same thing, and no one really liked it.
What are you talking about? Team Sonic Racing was a bit different with the team mechanic and all that.
Touche. But that's the only thing to me that was it just slap a team on it and team mechanics. Don't get me wrong, I like the team mechanic. It is something.
Team Sonic Racing isn't even a bad game. The only problem with it is that it really lacks any truly engaging content. The game itself is really solid, but like it's not a game that you're gonna want to come back to over and over and over again because there's just that little going on with it.
First headline here, Sonic Team shares several new features that players can look forward to. New worlds await in the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog racing game, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, introducing a unique gameplay mechanic, transporting the iconic characters from the Sonic and Sega universe into new dimensions. I mean, like, for instance, we saw that one dinosaur landscape, like a prehistoric one.
Yeah, that's from Secret Rings.
Dino Jungle?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's Dino Jungle.
No way. And then obviously the one we picked up on Meadow Harbor. At first, honestly, I thought it was, you know, that one, I know what I'm talking about. It's a level from Racing Transformed. It's like has the battleships on it.
One.
That's the one I was thinking of at first until I saw the texture. I was like, yo, Meadow Harbor! Oh my goodness. Wonder if it's just like Sonic based, or are we gonna get some new characters, kind of like they did in Racing Transformed. You know, we had Ralph and Knights and all those other characters.
Maybe, good sir, we should read the article.
Touche, that's why we're here. The newest entry to the Sonic Racing series is a Sonic game, driving game, and action game all in one that'll offer an exciting racing experience across several modes, worlds, and more.
What are these different modes? I hope that these are like really in-depth, thought-out modes. I'm really hoping for like an open driving area mode, kind of like the open zones in Shadow Generations or Frontiers, where you're just exploring, you know.
Oh yeah, like Hub Worlds?
Well, yeah. And so, like, you just drive in an open space and you can just do stuff. It's just a playground, and you can like literally just think the white space in Shadow Generations. It's just filled with extras and whatnot. I think that would be so cool to see that as a mode. Yeah, so continuing on with the article.
Travel Ring. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds introduces Travel Rings, a new gameplay mechanic that makes each race feel surprising and fresh. Travel Rings being dramatic changes to races, transporting players from one world to a completely new location. So I'm guessing, well, no two races are the same in the sense of, as we see here in the screenshot, it's one place and then it's another, and I assume it's somewhere on track where you get to. Do you think it's like a lap based? Like, say we do one lap, say in here, and then we go to one of these on the next lap?
Yeah, that's how I imagine it to be.
The lead racer the lead racer.
Dude, I've already read this article.
Shut up. The lead racer gets to choose the crossworld that all the players will be transported to on the second lap. Okay, well, allowing the environments to come alive with various track changes. Each crossworld offers a theme park-like experience with surprises around every turn, including large monsters, engaging obstacles, and tracks filled with beautiful scenery. Imagine if we get a Chaos Island. I'm sorry. I'm on my freaking Knight craze right now. Chaos Island, we get to see Knight just swinging around his sword and everything. That would be sick.
That would be very sick. Like we've seen, like there's a bunch of different returning stuff from like previous games. I love how this game is like pulling from Secret Rings. There are two different themes taken from Secret Rings, the ship themed one and the dinosaur jungle, as we mentioned earlier, and so it'll be very cool to see how all that stuff plays into things. And what I really want to see is like if we can get this game to add new tracks over time, then just imagine like you just update, so the game updates, okay, and it's got new tracks for you to race in, and then you're just mid-race and it's like, oh, there's a new track that I've never seen before, and it just throws you for a loop. What I think is really cool is like it's clear to me, I hope this is the case, is like with the way that they have it set up, you're always going to be on your toes trying to master the game. It's going to like take forever to master the game, where you are always thinking, trying to think in real time, how is it that I'm going to tackle this race, decision making and whatnot. That can make it very interesting. And I hope that also they don't skimp out on the difficulty modes. Like, yeah, easy mode, you should of course have that, but let's not make the whole game easy just to cater to people that want an easy game. I hope that the difficulty is very well balanced for the different skill levels.
And knowing how games are, they'll probably have 4 easy, medium, hard, and then somewhere an extreme difficulty somewhere. If hard's too easy for some people, ironically enough. But yeah, moving on. Race across land, sea, and air, kind of like Transformed. Another highlight of the game is its dynamic tracks, which draw inspiration from past Sonic Racing titles, such as, there it is, Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, and offer a transformative racing experience like no other. With each lap, the track undergoes dramatic changes and comes to life, shifting between land, sea, and air terrains. The ever-evolving track will be sure to challenge players to adapt their racing strategies for a thrilling gameplay experience to engage with the track beyond reaching the finish line. So you're saying not only is this a race, not only are we changing from land, air, and sea like in Transformed, but now we have different tracks all together, so it's not the same track for the entire thing. That is just insane to me.
That, like, just imagine, like how in like Mario Kart, somebody picks a track that you might not like, but then you can mid-race, if you're in first place, if you got the lead and you don't particularly like where you're at right now, you can just shift it. If it gives you 2 different options, you can pick the option that you would prefer to do if you don't care for the other option as much, And it's like a neat little reward for being in first place. Like that's a whole new like thing for like being in first place,
Yeah, usually it's just, hey, you win, now it's okay, you get to decide the fate of the race.
Exactly.
And if one of the tracks chosen is the track that you know best, it's over.
We've elevated the Sonic Racing experience with an RPG-like Gadget feature. Prior to the race, racers will be able to equip and to combine gadgets that give different perks to shake up the race for more unique ways to play. Not enough items? Looking to get some extra boost? There's a gadget for those and more. Powerful gadgets require more gadget slots, so make sure you're optimizing your collection and increasing your inventory as you play through the game. As you progress, the more slots and even stronger gadgets you'll unlock to make the game that much more exciting. Selecting the perfect combination of gadgets for your gameplay style just might be the edge that you need to come out in first place every time.
Well, where's the fun in that? And that statement, just come out in first place every time. It's like, bro, where's the challenge? When you first started reading that, I kind of thought back to the slot machines at the beginning of the races in Transform, but I was like, wait, no, this is completely different. I just want to point out, Sonic from this camera angle looks to be hitting the smoothest dab possible, but no, his hand's in front of his face. No, I'm not impressed. 0 out of 10.
So just think though, that means that just about everybody in a race, like everybody has a different setup. So that means that like you have great incentive to want to replay the game. If you're unlocking new gadgets all the time, and just imagine like if they update this game periodically, adding new stuff from time to time, you know, it's like, okay, I gotta go back and play this, you know, and like what if they add like new gadgets and like rebalancing stuff, you know, it's like, okay, well, I'm used to this balance, you know, but like, it's like, oh, what if I do this, you know, and because there's limited slots for how you can mix and match things, I'm sure that there will be a capped limit, you know, where, okay, you've unlocked the most amount of slots, so there's no way that you can harness all the benefits, but if you mix and match, just experiment, you know, that can be so cool for replayability value.
One thing we always bring up with each other, it's replayability in these Sonic games, and it looks like the team behind this game has heard us loud and clear, so I definitely cannot wait to see the full capability of these gadgets in the future. Vehicle customization. This game also brings the most extensive vehicle customization in the series so far. For the first time ever in a Sonic Racing game, characters are not tied to specific vehicles and can race in all kinds of vehicles. Characters and vehicles will all have a unique set of parameters like speed, acceleration, and handling, so players can try different combinations to best suit their racing style. In addition, players can mix and match parts from different vehicles to create their own custom vehicle. Ooh. And if that wasn't enough, players can choose colors, decals, and textures for almost every aspect of the vehicle, including the interior. What kind of Sonic Racing game is this? We have no doubt racers will enjoy tinkering in the garage to create a one-of-a-kind vehicle that not only looks fantastic, but performs amazingly on track. Oh my goodness, bro.
I know,
wow.
It's gonna be so cool.
I can finally make a freaking good tail setup. Oh my goodness. I've been wanting that for the whole series.
With this in mind, look at what Team Sonic Racing did. They were like, okay, your only incentive to replay the tracks, outside of just replaying the races just for the sake of it, your only incentivization is, oh, you get to unlock car parts at random, and that's your incentivization, is you get to change the look of your vehicle, which a lot of people don't even really care about that, you know? Like, it's nice, but most people aren't gonna care unless you're like super into that, you know? But look at this game though, it's like not only can you customize your car to the moon and back, you can customize the way that it plays, you know, with gadgets, all these different car parts, and the fact that you can like have like it sounds like an infinite amount of customization and like create a one-of-a-kind vehicle. That's not something you'll get in Mario Kart, you know?
Oh, no way. As a man that is kind of into customization in his racing games, nah, that's a lie. I'm very into customization into my racing games, like say the Forzas and the Need for Speeds. This is incredible to see it finally well implemented into a Sonic game. So I cannot wait to do this. This is going to be incredible. And you know what also is going to be incredible? What I've been staring at for the past 5 minutes. Extreme Gears are back in a Sonic Racing game, probably the biggest headline of all of this.
Many of you noticed the Easter egg in the teaser from last December, but it's official. Extreme Gear is back. Having first appeared in Sonic Riders, the Extreme Gear flying hoverboards offer a boost-based racing style in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We hope players are excited to see this longtime fan favorite finally return in a Sonic Racing game.
It's about time. I don't think I ever got to touch the original, well, I say the original 2 Sonic Riders games, mainly because either A, I couldn't find them, or B, I just couldn't play them. I unfortunately got introduced to the series on the third one, which we don't talk about. So being able to finally, like, properly, I guess, use an extreme gear in this way, not only that, and having Jet in the game, it's just a nice touch. And I believe I can sympathize with everyone when I say, welcome back to the extreme gears. I cannot wait to play it in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds.
Well, there is a slight bit of concern, however, though, with this, because when you think about why people care about the extreme gear, of course there's a lot of people like you, Miles, who just think that the extreme gear is cool because it's different and it's unique from karts, you know? But there's also a lot of people that love the extreme gear because of how well it was executed in the first game, with how it's controlled. The problem with the first game, that a lot of people are unaware of this, by the way, is that the first game was just really bad at communicating to the player how to play the game. So it just kind of drops you in and you don't actually have a clue how to play it. But there's a lot of really cool mechanics. It's like meter management based, and when they say it's boost type gameplay, I wonder if that also ties into what they said about it being a Sonic game and a driving game and an action game all in one. I wonder if this is the Sonic game aspect, because they said it's boost light. So that sounds like it's meter management. A lot of people loved how the meter management was executed in the original Riders. A lot of people don't like either of the following Riders games because they simplified it so much. They made it so that it's like, okay, this is easily accessible. Not much is required to do it, you know, because it's very advanced. Even if you know how to execute the complex, advanced stuff in the first Riders game, it's going to take practice for you to, like, learn how to nail everything down, which is how a good video game is designed. So the question is this really just like, this is a slightly alternate way to race, or is this like going to be like fully in-depth? Is it going to be like similar to the original? Is it going to be like a more advanced way to play? Or the bottom line is it just going to be like dumbed down, babyified, and then a lot of people are upset and disappointed? They're like, yeah, it's cool to see the extreme gear back, but we wanted to see all the stuff that really made it cool aside from its appearance and all that, you know? In the end, regardless, it should be awesome either way.
Knowing the Sonic community as I have for so long, there is no impressing them. It's like, yeah, this is cool, but, you know.
I mean, just look at Shadow Generations, though.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess Shadow Generations was a step in the right direction. Let's be honest, for those of you that were there on the stream, that was incredible. Moving on to the quote from Takashi Yuzuka, in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, not only did we want to introduce the innovative idea of racing through different worlds as you warp through the travel rings, but we also wanted anyone, who had fun playing our previous Sonic Racing games to really enjoy this title. So we took a lot of elements from those past games and incorporated them. We included the extreme gear from the Sonic Riders series, as well as the transform feature of the All-Stars Racing series, making it a great culmination of all the Sonic Racing series games to date. I hope everyone really enjoys Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We'll see about that, Takashi Iizuka, but from what we have been reading, to be fair, this does seem like a really good, well, I guess template, if you would, for a great Sonic Racing game. Wait a minute. So we have the extreme gears from Riders, the transform from the All series. Does this technically make this game the generations of the Sonic Racing series?
It could be.
and it's got previous levels from Sonic games too, like Metal Harbor. Either way, I love it. Like, obviously the last title they released had a Generations like esque feel to it. Obviously, that was blatantly Generations though, and it actually turned out pretty well. But that is basically it for the article. Closing thoughts. I am really hyped to get some more gameplay as to when this game comes out and stuff like that, and I just can't wait to try it myself and stream it.
The fun does not end there, however, Miles. If you'll check and see. This looks so cool.
What the ghost from SA2?
I wish we could see the HUD. Look at those tricks. Those tricks look super satisfying to pull off. Look at how lively the animations are.
Oh, there's the travel rings.
So cool. And we get to see it in action. In action.
Oh, that's a power-up?
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that.
I thought that was an actual customization.
I did too. But chances are you can still customize it.
Look at my boy. Look at him.
Tails is so awesome. I love
My
how they're
goodness.
using a lot of gameplay footage of Tails.
Yes. It's like they know we're watching.
Look at how...
Dude, this looks so sick.
Look at those flight controls, though. They look so smooth. Look at all those pathways you can take. Look at the visual effects. This game is just bursting at the seams with life.
So pretty. So of course changes after, I assume, the second lap.
There will never be a Sonic Racing game that doesn't have this Ocean Palace. That's interesting that the item is floating beside the cart. What do rings do, though?
Maybe like a collectible or something? I don't know.
Like, are they used to, like, buy stuff in a shop? Or, well, I know that also, and like, they have different uses in different games, you know.
Look at my boy's two tails floating in the wind. Ah, glorious. Also, is this a Bel Air type car for Muffles? I love it.
We get to play as Cream finally.
Omega's in the game.
Do we get the best of both worlds, though? Can we play as both Big
Cream.
the Cat and Cream?
Get ready for the next battle.
Gotta go fast.
Don't tell me you've got a catchphrase.
That's right, new hedgehog. And everyone loves it. So who's gonna be the hero? Choose one.
This is fun!
Cranking it up! Total traction! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
You guys are so amazing! We'll have to start practicing harder than ever now.
Shake a leg, bow before me!
Praise is for the vain. I only want to win.
I am the robot ahead of all the meatbags.
Wait a minute, what the heck?
What are you doing here?
Oh, is that Big the Cat? Why
Zaz!
is Zaz here?
Are you disrespecting me?
Maybe.
Oh wow, we both noticed that at the same time.
Alrighty, let's get down to brass tacks. Racetracks. We have Metal Harbor, Rainbow Garden, Ocean View, E Stadium, Wonder Museum, and Water Palace for the main racetracks. Now for the CrossWorld tracks, we have Roulette Road, Skye Road, Kraken Bay, Dino Jungle, and Lava Cave, with a couple tracks to be announced, like the Unknown City with a Chow Park in that one part of the trailer, and Radical Highway, which is going to be interesting to see how they incorporate that into this game, after, well, it being, I wouldn't say a focal point of Sonic X Shadow Gens, but it was definitely there. The Wisps are back for some reason. Now, despite being one of the most overused assets in any Sonic game recently, these guys somehow managed to rear their cute little heads back into another Sonic game. And to be honest, I'm not upset, but I mean, I don't know. This is Sega and Sonic Team we're talking about here, so nothing else really changes. Starting off, we have the White Wisps, more specifically the single and triple ones. These act as your boost, obviously, in Sonic games. In the gameplay shown, the Scion Wisp enables the user to transform into a laser and move at high speed. Now, whether that includes the diamonds from the original game, who knows? I guess we have yet to find out. No, the Drill Wisp doesn't do what it did in Colors, but I'm 99% sure it acts like a bullet bill from Mario Kart in a way. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm speculating. But it does turn the player into a drill, and that's all we get from that. It's bullet bill a la Mario Kart. Now the Black Bomb is where this gets interesting. In gameplay, the Black Wisp takes the form of the Black Bomb on the racetrack, and increases its size the longer it's held. The larger the bomb, the bigger the... Rounding out the Wisps, we got the Violet Void, which in gameplay allows the player to attract items from further away, get rings and items, and nullify some attacks. Up next, we have the living embodiment of Nightmare Fuel in Omochao, who in gameplay creates a path of rings, which can be picked up to accelerate. Sticking with the Chow theme for a second, Dark Chow forcibly grants items to all players. If a player already has an item, a new one will be selected. Hope you ain't afraid of ghosts, because King Boom Boo will attack the player in first place. Kinda like a blue shell, but more scarier. Warp rings teleport the player to the nearest opponent and absolutely obliterates them. Who's ready for Monster Jam? Just kidding. The monster truck transforms the player's machine into a monster truck that can crush opponents. Bonus rings are pretty simple. The player gets extra rings. We still to this day, I don't believe, have any notion as to what they would actually do, besides maybe getting more customization parts in a potential shop. The homing punch and triple homing punch are basically your red shell and green shell respectively in this game, seeing as, you know, they basically do the same thing they would in Mario Kart. Pretty much a carbon copy, but different enough to make a difference. The slicer will slice the opponent's machine ahead in half. Really striving for that T rating, huh? The target will also drop an item. Take us back to 2009, because it's time to get slimed. Slime blocks the vision of the other player and reduces their speed, causing them to drop all of their items. Blooper much? Now here's one that might cause some chaos. The weight item drops a weight on the players in first and second and crushes them, causing them to drop all of their items. Interesting. So not only first place is going to be affected, but you're telling me if I'm runner-up and someone gets a weight, I'm dead too? Nah, I'm throwing hands. The tornado item creates a tornado around the machine to protect against attacks. It also deals damage to other players on contact. The shield item not only allows the user to become invincible, but faster and harder to blow away, pause, even upon contact with another opponent. And finally, the spiked iron ball and magnet can both be thrown ahead or behind. The magnet can be used to attack players. The spiked ball is there just to look pretty maybe. Something that I didn't notice until CGM brought it up. This is the first game where Sage will be a playable character, as she was spotted in the trailer at some point. The Sage! You know, that little kid that was trying to kill you via Titans the entire game of Frontiers. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But you know what, I've kept y'all here for long enough. Maybe we'll do a part 2 later on. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Honestly, this took a long time to make, so if you guys want to see more of this stuff, let me know. I really had a lot of fun editing it. But for now, I've been Miles from MWS and for CGM. I will see you guys in the next video, or remix, or both. Take care.
To the rhythm.